Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video. God, it has been ages since I felt like I've said that. It's the 17th of May today. I'm not sure when I was last out. I think it was probably mid-April. So apologies for the lack of content and videos. It's just some personal stuff that's been going on, which is stopping me from getting out. But I'm out today and I've got really good news. And that good news is this field here. This is the field that I spent a lot of the winter on metal detecting. Had around 40 hammered coins up. Initially I thought it was going to be beets, replanted, ploughed, planted with beets, wouldn't be able to get on until next year. However, I've just walked through this field and as you can see, it's actually grass. So I'm hoping it's not going to be too long before we'll be able to get on it again. Just need to let the grass settle, obviously like get into the ground properly, have probably a few rainy days. Yeah, then we can hopefully get back on it. I reckon maybe August, September time. So yeah, nice and early. The other good bit of news is I've actually been here about 15 minutes. I walked to my van, walked back over here, and that was to check that this field here was available. Now this field is a field that I went on for 30 minutes after this one, a couple of videos ago, and within 30 minutes I found a Queen Victoria silver, what was it, a crown? Shilling, a silver shilling, which is my biggest denomination of coin I found, milled. And then right after that, probably 5-10 minutes, you found a really crumpled up gold guinea from George III. So as you can imagine, typically that all happened at like the end of the day. So I've been dying to get back on this field and there's no cows in it. So today we're going to do that. Now, you're probably thinking there's all this good news. Now there's got to be some bad news. Well, the bad news is it's still not rained since I last come out. So I've stuck my spade in the ground and it is really, really hard. So much so that I'm not sure how many live digs I'll get done today. Try and do as many as I can, especially if the signal is really, really good. But yeah, they may be few and far between just because I don't want you jigging around and it's just motion sickness for you guys, which I don't want. So yeah, really excited, hopeful we can get some amazing bits off this field. What it's produced in half an hour, I'm going to go out today for 5 hours or so and we'll see what we can get. So stay tuned. And if you like what you see, please comment and subscribe and I'll see you on the first hole. Okay, first signal of the day. Now, I'm going to apologise in advance for the shakiness, but it's got a really nice 40, 41, 3 bars deep, and about to see just how solid this ground is. Now, there is no real easy way to do this. I know someone sort of said about pressing down on the spade, but pressing down on the spade here, I assure you, well, for one, I'm probably not heavy enough to put any sort of real weight behind it, but it just doesn't do anything. I mean, this field isn't too bad, but a lot of the other fields as well have got stone. So the moment you press into the ground, you're greeted by, you know, a big old bit of flint, as you can sort of see there straight away. So we'll waste no time at all. We'll get down and have a little look and see what this first item is. As I say, there was so much good stuff coming out on this field when I came out on it a little while ago. Let's get the trowel in there. And it really wasn't taking long at all for you know, for targets to come up. And again, I've probably been walking, I don't know, a couple of minutes before finding that sort of signal there. So again, really nice. I think that's probably it there. And I think that's probably going to be some sort of like modern gate hatch, possibly. Looks like some sort of thing, like a hinge or something. Doesn't scream age to me. Yeah, 2 holes. I would imagine that is going to be some sort of plate for something, like a hinge maybe, something like that. So it's a nice sounding signal, but not what we're looking for. I'll see you on the next. Okay, so just had a 19 come up. I think I've slightly just missed it in the side wall, but as we're not going to be jigging around too much trying to get this out, thought I'd show you. It's a really nice solid 19, really, really solid. I think actually you might just be able to see it there. If you can, just zoom you in. Just there, I think that is going to be the edge of a big tomback button. Let's see if we can get behind it, gently prise it out. There we go. Yep. Now, is there a little pattern on the front? Sometimes they've got patterns, sometimes they're pretty plain. And that today is looking like a plain one. So I think that is actually my second button of the day. One I haven't shown you. This one's slightly larger and probably around 200 to 250 years old. So straight on some nice, nice bit of age and signs of activity, which is always good. Okay, really high tone coming in now. 93. Pretty consistent. So I'm gonna have to do this one on a live dig just in case I want something nice. It's actually a little bit easy to dig there, so that's good. And we're either going to be onto something lovely or potentially a big bit of lead or rubbish. So let's hope it's the first thing that's going to be something lovely. It's not actually been that hard to dig that one there, which is good. Let's hope. A little bit skew iffy now. Is it going to be a can? It's like jumped down to like a 61. Oh, just see it there. I think it's going to be the artillery rubbish. Ah, that's a shame. Doesn't normally come through as consistent as that. It's more like how it was once I dung the plug. So yeah, another little bit of metal for the scrap pile, but essentially that is just artillery shell from artillery basically. Yeah, find a lot of it, just fragments, and then get scattered among the field. So no doubt we've all probably found that at some point during our metal detecting time. I cannot believe it, guys. Dreadful signal, really jumpy, and I have just hit a bucket lister, and that is my very first complete crotal bell. Looks complete, and that is absolutely amazing. You see there's a hole there, and a hole there, and somewhere in there, hopefully, fingers crossed, there is a bell. I really hope so. I'm going to give it a clean up. As you can see, it's bone dry, so I'm going to probably end up using up most of my water to do that, and I really hope that's a ringer. Hopefully it rings. But that, guys, is absolutely incredible. I've only ever found like bits of it, you know, you find the top with maybe a fragment of the bottom, or you might find the bottom. But yeah, that essentially would have held onto a horse or horse and cart, and it would have rang, you know, in the night. I suppose it's a bit like the modern day horn, really, just to make people on the tracks and stuff aware that people were coming. Age-wise, it's really difficult to sort of tell. I mean, these were used back, you know, thousands of years to probably 1800s, mid 1800s, and yeah, so this is probably going to be a slightly modern one, but I'm so pleased with that. I really was not expecting that to come out of the ground. Yeah, that is awesome. I'll see if I can get it cleaned up, guys. Okay, so using the tool I've got here, sometimes I've got a toothpick with me, but I haven't got one today. I've managed to just sort of make a few little well, cleaning efforts into the crotal bell, but as you can see, it's absolutely bone dry in there. So that is probably about as much as I'm going to do out here in the field. And I hope that is going to be a ringer. I will let you know if it is when I get home. But I am chuffed with that. That is definitely going in the display cabinet. That is brilliant. Okay, just here we've got an absolutely cracking 4041. I don't think, I've just had the crotal bell up there, and I don't think I'm too far away from where I found the gold guinea. So yeah, obviously into a little bit of a hot spot just here, and this is just proving so difficult. I'll have to show you the bottom of my boot in a minute. You might be able to see that. It's actually got a bit of a hole in the bottom where I've like worn the leather away so much on the bottom by kicking it in like this, and now it's just down to like a metal plate because it's just so hard to dig. And absolutely love summer, love spring, but do not love these holes that you have to dig, and they're always rubbish holes as well. You know, they're not deep, they're not normally very accurate. See, it's sort of gone a little bit Pharisee now. Let's have a little look. Get down there with a pinpoint. A really nice 41 originally. There it is. Just there. It's a little button, I think, by the looks of it. Or what would have been a silvered button, I believe. just sort of make out a little bit of silvering coming through on that top right hand edge there. And yeah, fairly plain by all accounts. Yeah, I think that's just a bit of a plain button really. Probably got quite a high copper content, which is why it was slightly higher number. And yeah, a little bit of silver in there. But yeah, another little button. I think that's 4 or 5 now for the day. Okay, so just stopped myself. I've just been breaking this up. Real hard work, but we might be onto a little artifact. So I just stopped myself and I thought we'd break it off together. And it's not an artifact, it's one of those blimmin' fence post things, isn't it? Can already tell that's what that's going to be. Oh no, it's not a fence post, sorry. That there, ladies and gents, is a oh, it's for stairs. It's a carpet rod, essentially. You know, you've got carpet grips around the edges of your room. That essentially is what a old sort of well, Georgian Victorian sort of one would have looked like on your stairs. That is how they grip together. So probably wondering how the hell that got in the field. Well, people used to burn all sorts of things in the fields, and carpets was one of them, which is why we find these little things. They're essentially just little gripper rods that would have held that carpet down on the stairs. So that's what that is. Okay, we've got a really nice 42. Really nice 42 actually. It's only 2 bars deep. Really struggling with the field at the moment with how hard it is. Almost like it's the day today. You need to walk around with like a watering can. If there's like someone who can invent something for metal detectorists that's light and yeah, walk around with a little watering can, you know, put a marker down and then give it a little water, go and dig your next lot of holes and then come back to it. Might have softened up, but yes, hard digging today, really hard. So there it is, 41, still in the hole. And this here is exactly why it's hard to dig, because you've got the elements and then you've got a load of stones. We really do need some rain. It's not rained properly in about 6 weeks, which I never like to say that, but we do need some in reality, because it's just so hard to dig. I mean, that's partly the reason I've been putting off coming out, because of how hard it is at the moment. Where are you? Did I get it out? And the pinpointer's not playing ball particularly well today. All right. Oh. Okay, there we are. Just see it poking out the side there. What have we got? That was my fault that time. Blaming the pinpointer. Nice little imprint. Yet another button. Absolutely tons now. I think that we're probably up in like 10 now. So yeah, another little button. Again, not particularly old, probably 200 years or so, maybe even slightly earlier. So I'm just finishing off my lunch. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Halfway through the video, I meant to show you as well. That there is my my right foot at the moment, which is the one I'm stomping down on my spade on. So yeah, it's gone all the way through, pretty much to some sort of metal, I think. I'm not really sure what it is. And these are Altbergs. So my question was going to be, if anyone's had their Altbergs resold before, would you recommend it, or would you just buy a new pair? These have lasted me all through my my previous career. So about 8 years now I've had these. Yeah, they've lasted a long time, but yeah, just curious to know. Yeah, second half of the video, obviously not had loads up. I think the most notable thing has been the Crotal Bell so far. It seems as though the only 2 coins on this field I seem to pick up in the first 30 minutes of an outing a few months back. The gold guinea and the silver shilling. No, there will be more here. There's things to be found. I think we've had like 10 buttons today. So the way to look at it is they're just as easy to lose as a coin. So those 10 buttons could be 10 coins. It's just the way it is, and you've really got to walk over it in this hobby. So let's get to it and have another swig of my drink and head over there to the right. I've done this sort of left side and a little bit in the middle. I'm gonna go and do the right, just see if there's anything different over there. Okay, now this one is worth a live dig no matter how jumpy it is. What a clean little signal that is. It's only 2 bars deep, but it's fairly accurate. So I just want to do it on a live, just in case it is something really good. To be honest, I prefer doing live digs because it gives me a little opportunity to talk to you all. That's the main reason. Yeah, it's just not ideal in these circumstances, I'm sure, as you can probably tell. But it is only 2 bars deep, and for the type of signal that was, it's worth it. But you just see how long it's taken me to dig one hole. You know, I'm almost having to go around the thing twice. So there's a lack of targets in today's video, I'm sure. Let's see if we can get underneath that and lift it up. There we go. Whew. Forget how much hard work it is in the summer. I think we might be onto a moo tube, you know, which is definitely not what we want. I think it is. It's a moo tube. Well, I never get them. Never get them on this permission. What a shame. Well, now I know they give a blooming good signal. But yeah, that is what that is. That's just essentially cow medicine. So yeah, straight in the trash bag. Okay, I'm pretty certain we're on to our first coin of the day. And it's really nice. 75 to 77, somewhere in that sort of region. And hopefully it is a coin. We've had a lot of buttons up today. A hell of a lot of them really. It's sort of that little question around whether military uniforms were ploughed into fields to help fertilise them has really come into question in this field in particular. It's just so many buttons coming up, and they all seem to sort of be around the same sort of numbers, like around the 30s. So it's interesting to see whether that theory is right. Personally, I think that people just lost buttons. But we're in the hole, 78. Trails over here. Let's go down and have a look. All right, come on, where are you? Should probably pinpoint roughly first, shouldn't I? Where's that gone? Oh, that's where I've not even got it in the hole. Am I even in it? I've said it earlier on, but we really do need some rain. Even like the pinpoint is struggling, I think, because I mean, look at this. It's just it's like concrete. Yeah, I think the pinpoint is struggling as well because there's absolutely like no sort of water or moisture in the ground. It's just not picking things up brilliantly. I think the detector's probably struggling as well, and this is where you end up damaging items in trying to get them out the hole. So I'm going to really try and avoid to do that, because I've done that in the summer last year. A big old hammered coin, I think a few hammered coins actually, and they're always the big ones. Okay, so I don't know how well my voice is picking it up, but I don't know if you can just see down there's a very small edge to something. And hopefully that is a coin. Just there. There's a really annoying fly now buzzing around as well. Let's see if we can try and get behind this without damaging it. There we go, look at that. Just popped out. Now let's see. Oops. There it is, just popped out. So now let's see if we can get a monocup. See who this is. Okay, there she is, the first coin of the day. You might be able to make out just at the top there, got a little piercing in it as well. So potentially has been worn at some point around someone's neck. Looking at it, it's probably like George III and earlier. I don't think it's going to be Victoria or George. George V, I mean. Yeah, interesting little find. Always nice to see there's a little hole in it. But yeah, it's a fairly plain one. Okay, so we've got a 47. Really nice consistent signal. And I'm going to dig it off camera and I'll see you on the other side. Well, I just got it out. I think I can actually see it here. think we're on to our very first musket ball of the day. I wasn't expecting that. Really nice chirpy little signal, that one. Yeah, little musket ball. So we get quite a few of these up on the permission. Just see there, that little sort of nipply bit is the top of the mould where it was poured. So yeah, doesn't look like this one's been, well, it's probably been fired but hasn't hit anything. So yeah, pretty much still perfectly spherical. And again, around 1700s to 1800s. Okay, hopefully you can see that. Hopefully you can see that okay. Weirdly enough, obviously this is the item, and on the left here is the imprint. The imprint actually looks slightly better than the item. So let's give a little zoom in on that first of all. And what looks to be, to me, is like a shield. Yeah, and on here, obviously, there is that shield. And I think this is probably going to be some sort of token of some sort. Either that or is it a button? Just trying to feel if there's a little shank there. I don't think it is. I think that is actually going to be like a medieval token of some sort. Maybe a jeton, possibly. But you can see there it is definitely in the shape of a shield. And that imprint there as well, just sort of, as you see, that's almost looks better than the item. Probably been stuck to that for a hell of a long time. But yeah, one of the nicer little things of the day, and it's getting towards the end of the day. So yeah, nice to pick that out of the ground and save that. Lovely. I think number 43 seems to keep coming up today. That's 42 now. 42, 43. But yeah, I'll see you on the other side once I've dug it out of the ground. Well, there it is, guys. Sums up today, and that is just button after button after button. And that was it. Number 43 coming in on the VDI. Really nice signal. But yeah, it's another button. I've tried digging just the nice signals today. There's absolutely tons on this field, but I've really got to be picky with just how dry this is. But yet another one. I'm not sure how many we're on to now, probably 15 or so, but another one to add to the many in the collection. So we've got ourselves a 27. Nice little dot. 3 bars deep, and I will see you once I've dug it out. I'm telling you guys, something was going on this field with these buttons. There is absolutely tons of them. It's almost the only thing that I'm digging up now. It's just button after button after button. Not even any lead. Okay, so we just had a 69 come up. It was 1 bar deep, so I thought maybe it's going to be rubbish, but it's just here, whatever it is. And thought again, I'll just do a little bit of a reveal together, because it's clearly behind here somewhere. And hopefully it isn't a big tin can, as they often do come to the surface. I think it might actually be deeper, mightn't it? Under there rather than in the side. God, it's hard. There we go. Oh God, I can feel it. I think it's big bit of lead. Oh, that's a chunky old piece of lead. Well, after me just saying we haven't had any lead all day, we then go and get an absolute monster bit. Now, is there anything on it? That's the question. It's almost got like a hole in the middle, like a keyhole type thing. If it was flattened out, I wonder whether, I don't think it's anything. But that is a hefty old bit of lead for the old weigh-in. Very nice. Okay, ladies and gents, so that is going to do it, and this is the fines table for today. I really am scraping the bottom of the barrel, and that says something, because we've had some absolutely incredible fines tables over the last few weeks and months, but today was just not our day. We had absolutely copious amounts of buttons, as you can see, all different varieties, big tombacks like gold gilded, silver, you know, just your 4-holers, just an absolutely a massive array of different buttons. And then over to the left hand side is probably the more notable ones. Obviously we have to have an obligatory musket ball during one of these videos. We can't go without it. I'll get to that last. We had this up on the second half of the video, which is probably a Georgian coin of some sort, but little piercing in it as well. And then we've had this little sort of token up as well, which I'm not sure how much better that's going to clean up other than that, but there's definitely some detail to be had out of it, so I'll see if I can clean that up. And then the thing that I'm most looking forward to clean up when I get home is this lovely crotal bell, and hopefully you would have seen by now whether it's ringing or not, and I'm eagerly waiting to find out. So I am absolutely chuffed with that. As I said at the time, bucket lister for me. Never had one complete up before, and that is really, really nice and awesome to see. So yeah, you can't win them all, guys, and that is today's finds. Okay, everyone, thank you very much for watching today. I'm really, really excited to have been out. Despite the tone of my voice, I'm just absolutely gagging for a drink and I'm out of water. It's been a real warm day, as you can see, real struggle to dig. Copious amounts of buttons in that field. It baffles me, this hobby, that you can have this field here with 50 odd hammered out of, and then you can literally go to the one behind me, which is next door, bar a little trench, and we haven't had any today. But obviously in the first trip that we went in there, within half an hour we had a gold sovereign and a silver shilling, and then we've gone in there today and not found really anything. So it just goes to show you've got to walk over it. There will be stuff in that field, 100%. But today was just not the day for us. And I'm going to wait until we get some rain before next coming out, because that was hard today. So to show your appreciation, I really hope that you've enjoyed the video. And if you would consider please liking and subscribing, and comment below, guys. Let me know how you're getting on your permissions. Let me know whether you've still got some ploughed fields to go at, or whether you're moving on to the hard pasture like myself. Have a good time, guys, and I'll see you in a few weeks. Take care. Bye-bye.